Hey there, uh, long time, long scene. I don't know how to say that, but I wanted to say that I haven't recorded a video. It's been a while since I recorded the last video, and I noticed my interest or something in me that some pull towards recording one video or a video and seeing how it goes. So today is May 18th, 2026. And it's been a few months, I guess, like 2 or 3 or something. And lots of things has happened. And an integration after the Great Decisions course that I experienced the integration period, and the AOA support in that, and teachings on how to integrate, how to make sure that I don't screw up that integration period, and lots of other things. But what I notice right now is that I have certain uncomfortable sensations, or I have uncomfortable sensations in my body as I record this, and some are pretty sharp and intense. And what I want to do is just explore how it is for me to record this video. Do I enjoy it? Like, what is going on in it? And different ways of being here during while I'm recording, and see whether I want to do that. So lately I've been thinking about this experimentation approach. Oh no, lately I've been thinking about this experimentation approach, and also about embodiment, how to be from my body rather than compared to even like feeling my body but not being inside my body. And so for example, take this embodiment approach and experimentation topic. With experimentation topic, I noticed that the way I currently approach new things, like for example this embodiment idea, is that like a confirmed hypothesis that it can deliver, or it delivers what I expect it to deliver. So if I take embodiment and versus like being embodied versus being not embodied, that being embodied is somehow better than being not embodied. And all those things that are better about being embodied together, like so the base, it's better compared to the baseline where I'm not embodied. So overall, there is this delta, positive delta in if you add up every um, quality of being embodied, and every quality of being not embodied, then this overall score will be higher in embodiment. So that's the premise. But the thing is that it's just a hypothesis, because I don't have enough evidence. I don't have enough. I haven't run enough experiments to see whether this score is actually higher when I'm embodied. So whether it actually is better. But what I do instead, how I approach it, is that I take this idea, okay, embodied. Here's a new thing, embodiment, and I just take it as already confirmed hypothesis that it is better, and I start to implement it and treat it as if it actually delivers it. And I usually set up a routine or practice, turn it into a practice. So, for example, every day I'm going to do this for this amount of time, and I'm going to be doing it from now on forever. And when I do it, what I noticed is that most of the time, very often, I stop doing this thing very soon. And this happened with many different things that were supposed to improve my life, but when I started doing those, I didn't see quick results, and I quit. But so, okay, I quit. This is normal, right? But the thing is that I viewed those things as if they are guaranteed to improve my life if I stick to those. And because I quit those and they didn't help, I thought about those as it's like something is wrong with me. Something is wrong with me. I'm a failure. I cannot stick to these things. Why can't I stick to these things? I should stick to those. I lack of this, or nothing works on me. This thing works on everyone else, but not on me. And so there is this feeling of being doomed, of feeling of that nothing works on me, that goes along with this approach. And I kind of don't like it. I noticed that it's not fun. I noticed that it is the only fun part of it, the only part that I enjoy in it is this beginner stage before I start actually doing the routine, and while I'm thinking that, oh, it's going to improve my life, oh, it's going to have this positive effect. So that phase I do like. The rest, not so much. And also, as I said, it's like I quit. Now that I described it, I actually realized that I'm kind of running those experiments. So when I do it, it's as if I'm taking this hypothesis as a confirmed hypothesis. I set up a routine. I start following that routine, and then I quit following that routine. when I don't see quick results. That looks like kinda like an experiment that didn't work. But what I wonder about is what made that experiment fail. Is it because this thing doesn't work for me, or is it because I expect it to deliver results and I treat it as a guaranteed way of having those results, and that I should do that, and basically I rebel against doing it, and that rebellion decreases the likelihood of this thing to actually work for me, and makes it not a pure experiment. It does not show the real state of things, and it just shows that I'm rebelling against this thing, and I also might be missing some data. I also might be missing looking, actually assessing what happens during the experiment, after the experiment, the data, because I want it to help me, and I'm nudging, or making. I'm biased. I'm having not a clear vision, an unclear vision of what is going on. My windshield is dirty, and so this. Oh, and so this. Let me do it like this. So this is how I usually approach introducing new things or improvements in my life, and usually they do not stick, and I feel bad about it. I don't like. So this whole dynamics is unpleasant, but the intention that I have, really great. It's a really great intention. I want to improve my life. I want to make my life easier, better, richer, more fulfilling, in some minor or major ways, and that intention is wonderful. It's like I feel I want to thank myself. I'm like, yeah, thanks for that intention. I'd rather have it than not. But what I don't like is what happens then. What happens, how then these improvements are introduced, and how I feel during that process. Because, okay, the thing didn't work. Great, let's pick a new thing. But being in that being in that experience sucks. So this new approach that I'm thinking about is of experimentation. I noticed that internally I resonate more with it. I can see an internal pleasant response in me, like my body just like, ooh, emotionally, ooh, kind of feels good, feels better. And so there's this newer approach that I'm thinking about is a proper experimentation based on the scientific method, the method that science uses to advance, to separate the chaff from the weed, or like what, so to actually assess what works and what doesn't work in science. And it's different because every new thing that I have, every new idea of how to improve my life, a tool, process, something, technique, trick, I view not as a confirmed hypothesis, but as an unconfirmed hypothesis. I don't know. Like, so, hey, here's this, for example, new experimentation approach. I don't know. And so my initial stance would be I don't know whether it works or not. I don't know when it works. I don't know how it works. I don't know much about it. And let's find out. So here is a hypothesis that it can improve something. So its upsides, overall upsides, are better than overall downsides, and overall score is higher than the current baseline. That's a unconfirmed hypothesis. So let's set up an experiment, and there are best practices, worst practices, or like mistakes about how to set up a proper experiment, how to define my hypothesis in a way that increases likelihood of this experiment showing me real data, showing me actually whether this thing works and when it works, the conditions, and learning about this thing more, rather than being in a delusional state where I'm like, coming up with things that aren't actually related to this. They aren't real. They are no help for me other than reduce or certain discomfort or pain, or to not feel certain emotions, to not see certain things. So view things as unconfirmed hypothesis, set up a proper experiment. During that experiment, to view what actually is going on, rather than being from this biased position of, oh, I want this outcome, I want that outcome. So without nudging the result, or like faking results. I think there should be a word that describes it. Manipulating outcomes in the way that I want them to see, rather than what actually seeing the true outcomes, true data. So all that and then based on before running an experiment, maybe defining a success characteristics, a kill characteristics, like when to stop the experiment, when should I say that, oh, this hypothesis was confirmed, that wasn't confirmed, like how to measure and make sense of the data. And also, what I think about it, there is another characteristic that I lately started to add and to invite and play with, is selfishness. And it's selfishness in that I'm calling it, what I'm calling selfish is that looking through this, at this hypothesis of this tool or thing that is supposed to improve my life through the lens of like, what's in it for me? Like, what actual gains, things I will get from it. So I'm trying it, and how it would improve my life. Does it improve my life in the way that I benefit from, like, that I actually want? Is it actually better than the baseline or not? And being allowed to recognize it, assess it this way, and to say that, oh, no, this doesn't work the way I want it, or this does not deliver the outcome that I want, so I'm not going to proceed with it, I'm not going to integrate it, I'm not going to use it. This is not what I want. This is either the same or worse than what I already have, and I don't want to waste my time and resources on this thing, on something that does not give me any benefits that I want, or enough of the benefits that I want. So that this approach, but it also I notice that it looks like it requires more effort more initial effort, more skill, more knowing what I want, more knowing how I want it to be, how I want it to go, how to set up this experiment, thinking about like what data, how do I assess it, like what experiment can I run. So it looks like it requires more, having more clarity, or creating more clarity, and more involvement, being more open, being about my wants, about what is unwanted. So it seems like it requires, so the downside of it is like it's more work, and also the upside is actually selecting things that actually improve my life, rather than untested uh, hypotheses or things that might not improve it. So, for example, this recording these videos, maybe there's no benefit in that, and how can I measure this benefit? How can I like what? So I'm doing this, and does it add? What's add to my life? How does it improve my life? What's what? How? Um, well, I think it looks pretty solid that this thing, in that it helps filter things that doesn't work, and things that work, remove those that doesn't work, and keep those that work, because then I can save myself effort and time by not doing things that does not give me the results I want, or does not move me towards in the direction that I want. So the benefits of this better experimentation approach, or say better, are kind of clear. But I also want to, if applied to this approach, I want to not guess those, but test, check whether it is the case. And I also noticed that my psyche by default rebels against these. You, you want to use unconfirmed hypotheses or guesses as confirmed hypotheses. And I noticed resistance in my system. It's like marrying blindly. Where I don't, let's see whether this thing works, and then, or jumping bridge without any check, like what's underneath it. Is it water, or is it concrete, or is it soil, land? So what's there? I like this approach at the moment. The more difficult part of it is learning how to do it. But I think that I don't want to rush myself into it. I would like to gently, slowly observe, like, where can I apply it. Like, for example, right now I'm going to go to the gym and sauna, and there is like an assumption or a hypothesis that if I go there and I pay money for it, and I spend 2 hours of my time, or like 2.5 hours, 2 times per week, that this adds something to my life. And how can I measure this? And that is a thing to run an experiment over it. And inside the gym, inside sauna, like I can do this type of training. I can do these exercises. I can do this exercise. I can do this way of like doing sauna, and all those things can be tested I think, yeah. I'm gonna stop recording this, but there is another topic that I want to mention, and we will, maybe I'll record today another video, or maybe I will record it tomorrow, or maybe like next time when I record it, I want to go deeper in it. So then this topic is mastery, and focusing on one area and becoming extremely skilled in it, and the benefits of doing it like that, like this, versus what I'm doing currently with my career, and not only with my career, but many other things, and noticing like how what's the difference between constantly changing areas, things that I do, versus staying in one lane, on one lane, long enough, and how to choose lanes, how to know when to stop or when to quit, when to not quit, like some of this. And playing Raymond's Watch, it's the game that I like, made me like come up with this hypothesis or realization that, well, maybe I can have way more by staying or focusing on one thing. And it's not a new idea. Like if you go on YouTube, you'll see probably 1 million videos on this topic, or there are plenty of books. There's even a book, One Thing, or something, that I can quickly remember. But it seems that internally it clicked. This idea became evident for me while playing Raymond's Watch, versus while hopping onto different technologies at work, like doing tasks that requires me like to start this, like, and use React, or then use Symfony, or use Stimulus, or use that, or use this, and so. And I have a good feeling about it. I have there is this experimentation approach, selfishness stuff, and this one narrow thing, finding one narrow thing and focusing on it. I'm gonna be up to something really good. Really, really good. There are so many details in that. It's just it's not about picking a random narrow thing. It's like how narrow it should be, where is the demand, what I like to do, how finding something that overlaps with what I enjoy doing, with where demand is, with where I have talents in, based on my natural, say, talents or qualities. So it's just there are like best probably practices and mistakes that I could make in it, but these feel really, really important and potentially great